Hello and good evening, everyone. It's around 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock on the dot. Wow, that's actually on schedule, though it's the wrong day, so maybe not on schedule. The intent was there. Anyway, let's start with the usual apologies. I have snacks and drinks with me today, so I will probably be making some snacky, drinky noises, for to use a technical term. And I think if we go straight for the ending, we could probably beat this today. And I'm kind of tempted to get through it just to have a game under my belt that I've got the whole playthrough up for video. Um, that would be nice to have. Then I can move on to something else. I've actually it is kind of odd, but I have rather enjoyed having characters named after friends and associates. So it's kind of cool. I might look for a game to do that in next as well. Maybe we might not go directly to back to Dragon Quest 1 or Dragon Warrior 1, depending on when you first saw it. Um, so, there's a pretty good chance we might try something a bit more retro. Actually, I was thinking Dungeon Master for the. I played it on the Atari ST, but it was also out for the IBM and pretty much out IBM Amiga, Atari ST, Tandy, I think even Tandy Junior or whatever. That was pretty much running IBM at that point. Um, but it is a tempting prospect. I mean, it's definitely an older game. I am sure it is one of those that a little harsher. Definitely have to get back in the groove. I mean, I played that thing so much when it was on the Atari ST. I had an Atari 520 ST, by the way. I played that so much in the Atari ST that I had all like 13 floor maps just memorized. You could just drop me anywhere with in the dungeon with a pair of boxes and a toothbrush, and I could find my way out. I knew the whole place. I still know quite a bit of it, and I'm sure I'll get back in the groove, but it has been a while. But it also allows you to you go into this area called the Hall of Champions at the beginning, and there's I don't know how many portraits, and you can either resurrect them and bring them with you exactly as they are, skills and everything, or you can reincarnate them, and it keeps all their stats and their gear, but it makes them like level 1 and everything, or level 0 and everything again. So by the time you level them back up to where they were, they're better for it. There are a lot of places. I mean, there's 4 different types of classes. Of course, I'm not talking about Final Fantasy. I'm talking about Dungeon Master. There's fighter, ninja, priest, and wizard levels. And of course, by swinging things and getting hit, you get fighter levels. By throwing things and dodging, you get ninja levels. By casting wizard spells, you get wizard levels. By casting priest spells, you get priest levels, so forth and so on. But there were some parts of the games where and food and water was a thing, by the way. And there were some places in the game where you could. This is different. I have never seen it before. There are some parts of the game where you can actually hang out and have a supply of food and water, so you could stay there and level things up. So there are grind capable areas. So even though food and water is a thing, there are some monsters do respawn, and some fountains have unlimited water. Excuse me, taking a bite of this apple snack pie here. And so, in theory, you could level things up and not on the run. You didn't have to be moving forward. Now, the kind of the drawback to gaining levels is by doing things that get you XP, you would use more food and water. So, but I mean, like I said, if you found a supply, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But you wouldn't generally want to, without a supply of food, you definitely wouldn't want to just stop and start, leveling stuff up. I mean, it's useful, but. That's different. I actually didn't know that was in there. That's totally new. We have the 3 elemental areas and the Cavern of Time after everything else. We found out what happened to the 5 sky people that went to try to find out what was happening to the light. They ended up as bats. But I'm 2,000 years in the past. Oh, there's an up and a down. I honestly don't know where to go. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go up. We'll go up first, because we don't know any better. We don't know any better, we're gonna go up. Lots of these guys. Normally I would be like, oh, I'll just attack them all, but I mean, it just takes forever to kill all of them. And they do that. don't trust these guys. I recall they kind of hit pretty hard. Cracking knuckles. Sorry about that. Don't worry, that's nothing untoward. That's just that other Mountain Dew flavor we were talking about before, that Frostbite. It actually has, you know, normal Mountain Dew has like 210 calories. I mean, bad, yeah, obviously. This one is 170, which is still bad, but slightly better. Oh no, a Death Eye. What should I do? Let's beat the crap out of it. Okay then. Ooh, chess. Black Knights. I just had a chance to drop that Deathbringer sword or something I was curious about. So I uploaded last night's stream before I went to bed, and of course that same Latin American company claimed like, you know, less than a minute of the battle music as their copyright. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm kind of fuzzy on how they have jurisdiction anyway. Pretty sure that a, you know, like Square NA would have, you know, Squaresoft NA would have those rights. But of course, there's no way to actually talk to somebody and straighten it out. It's, you either have to delete it or dispute it, and say, and if you dispute it, it's, you're disputing it because you own the rights. Like, no, I don't own the rights, but neither did these jackholes. And, you know, if you could speak to a human being at some point, yeah, you could probably do that. No, we can't have actual human, you know, consideration on anything. And the loot we got at the beginning of the game has played its part. Back down to the second floor. You know, I think the stuff was actually tougher in the top of the Sky Palace. Okay, lightning didn't do a whole lot there. Dragon zombies. Yeah, I think just see it now attacking windows. Three dragon. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to go well. I mean, it's a nice hammer and all, but yeah, I did not think that was going to go well. It's basically a cross then. I can do a cross. Hey, levels are good. I will take levels. Nobody's going to get any new spell slots, but it always helps the damage and the hit points. Dang. That stings. Basement 1. Teleporter maybe? No, up and around, okay. So what might work on is him, unless it's just a stone attack, which in that case, not. Well, thank you for all that healing I was trying to do. I'm happy with the 1 hit point of damage for everything. Does help make the healing payoff a bit more effective. Ambushed. Ambushed. Oh, that's not good. Cast haste on themselves. Double hasted. Oh, we're gonna get rid of some of these people. I mean, I'm not unhappy that I'm hitting things, but I can't really expect it to be effective right now. Gee. Come on, basement 2. Things like over, up, down. Okay, yeah, to place a big square. Oh, well. Ambushed. Oh, Blaze is kind of like a fire attack on everybody. That's not so bad. That hurt. Definitely need to work on the defense then. $700 magic points. Dang, Lily. Get down the next floor. There's no quick way down here, is there? Wow, that's crap. I think it's kind of hard. The ice works well. Want to gain level? Eh. Gain level? Oh, points me. Oh, 46 now. Dang. Annoying crap, it's taking a long time. Oh. Back to snacking on the apple pie, I guess. Ooh, wow, Johnny's up to 8 attacks around? Or did I just miss something? Was he 8 before? Eight's pretty impressive. Means with haste it'll be 16 attacks per round. Excuse me. Ah, all these things. Actually, no. Why can't he use one? Just for giggles. No, the items are gonna kill the rest of them. Dodge the attack and hit him in the face with flare. That's style. B4. Okay, so if we want V sword, we have to make the run, which is fine. We're gonna do that because this is the weapon we've all been waiting for. getting hit down hard. I mean, not like really hard, but hard enough. Ta-da! Now everybody can hit things. Okay, here's where we're going up against the guy again. Last time I got a first round KO on this guy because we took advantage of I swear it must be a bug. It just just we're gonna try it again. Actually we're gonna prep for this like a long fight. It didn't work that time. we're doing pretty well, actually. Alright, levels. Good levels. This is it, folks. This is the last floor. Let's see how we do. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I overestimate my abilities and end up dying. I'm gonna try to play it safe. Get some defensive spells out. Start getting some null alls, starting with Lily, and work my way up. Healing when needed. And once everyone's gonna null all, in the meantime, we're gonna be doing haste and saber on the melee fighters. I guess Lily can just throw out the nukes, just to keep the damage up. Here it is, folks. No holding back on using the magic points this time. It's good, not good enough. I need to start casting heals. Oh, you're here just in time for the final battle. Just got my 2 melee warriors buffed up enough to just start smacking things. You've been just nuking the bejesus out of stuff. Yeah, you missed it earlier. We were fighting one of the earlier bosses, and not only did you dodge their attack, you just smack him in the nose with a flare spell. It was really nice. Really, this is a final boss, so we're not holding back magic points. We're going all out with the biggest booms we have. Okay, 87's not enough. We need to do something else. Okay, we're gonna put Mofi on item duty and see what he can come up with for some defenses. And I'm just gonna stick with the big multi-person heal. Yeah, just nuke it for us. Ah, okay. Well, that sucks. So Johnny got hit with the insta-kill. He's the only one that's all but immune. Everyone else is all but immune to it. Yes, but... Having said that... We didn't go get 8th level magic for nothing. Yeah, these sprites are the best. That's why that's why I was trying to get these kind of sprites made for the avatars I want to use on my channel. I was thinking about getting myself a little white mage made with glasses and darker hair, and when you know the animation that they do when they cast spells would be the talking animation. Okay, we're gonna make sure that Johnny has the haste. Nobody's really hurt that bad. So let's go... Well, let's point out anyway, because it's not like we're going to be giving up on this stuff. Well, that guy, he's about to get hasted anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think it's just hit till he's dead, to be honest. Okay. We need that buff to do more damage. And as far as other things... Nobody really needs to get healed. Nobody needs to get healed, so... what do we have offensive magic-wise? I know it's a weird thing to hear from a white mage. God of Holy. Okay, if you're on item duty, what else? What other useful items do I have? Nothing really. Oh, let's go back to magic then. I'm gonna throw out a cure, heal on everybody. And again, more flares. That didn't help a lot. Thunder. We do a holy or a heal just to be safe. And again, more with the flare. Yeah, mana pool is pretty crazy. No, I don't want to know. I'm just gonna trust that I can do it. Well, he's already lasted much longer than any of the other Fiend bosses, that's for sure. So far, I mean, we're about 10 rounds of flare, if nothing else. Pretty soon I might need to use an elixir on you just to refill your magic pool. We're still going after all this. Uh-oh, this is where Johnny got killed last time. Oh good, I missed him. Yeah, he doesn't have the immunity to 14 points of damage. That's just better off doing almost anything else. Mm. Like I said, almost anything else. Attacking just isn't doing it. What would even be worth casting at this point? I'll throw temper on it. Why not? Actually, for you... No, let's back that one up. Can't do a flare. Let's try... Would be another good choice. Let's see if it works. Yeah, didn't think it was gonna work, but why not? I'll use the other elixir on me. And we're back casting a whole lot of flares. Nobody's really hurt, so, well, kind of, some sort of. Oh, we'll just have you do that because I don't really do anything else. Oh, you did not just do that. That put me back 10 rounds. Yeah, he just healed for like 9,000 points. And at my best, I do like 1,500 a round. I don't know, to be honest. That might have just ruined the fight for me. Maybe it does. But if he does it every time he's low, that's going to be nuts. It's my best round. Approaches maybe 2k, and he healed for almost 10 when he cast that heal. So, hopefully he will not do that again. Well, everyone was mostly healed, so I was able to just go all out with attacks, and everyone's hasted and other things. The only one I'm really worried about is Quake, because that has that instant kill ability. The rest is just damage. Ooh, that hurt. Well, Mofi's gonna die on this hit. No, I don't want to know. I do have full heal, I can bring Mofi back. Okay, that was annoying. Now I'm gonna bring Johnny back. Yep. Actually, Johnny has life, but didn't have full life. Let's get yourself hasted again. Bring Johnny back. Gotta keep up the damage. Ah, wow, that looked painful. Okay, so we need to buff. Bring Red Mage back again. At least bring the Red Mage back after this attack. Okay, now he'll be back to hitting as hard as he can, so we need to keep him alive. And you are out of players again. Okay, I need... this will help. Pretty much out, so... item-wise will be useful. Well, if you don't do anything else, you can throw an ether on the White Mage, that'll help some. There we go, another stack of flares. Of course, Johnny is kind of hurt. Oh, this one. Aw, come on. Well, at least everybody else is healed. Okay, what can we do in the meantime? Well, I mean, we can do that, I guess. Oh, I even got the last hit in. Woo! And everyone was alive, technically, at the end. Yes, we've beaten Chaos. And I have one actual complete game under my belt. So you weren't here for the big bad guy exposition, were you? On how he explained how this all happened and how this time loop kept going? No. Basically, what happened is 2,000 years ago, this bad guy Chaos sent these 4 fiends forward in time. The first 2 were wind and water, and they took out the Northlands. And then 200 years later, he sent Earth and Fire, and it pretty much took out the Southlands. And the world just went to hell in a handbasket. So in the middle of all that, you go help the king of Cornelia save his daughter in the Temple of Chaos by killing Garland, which is the beginning of the game. Well, all 4 fiends were sent forward to send their elemental energy to the Temple of Chaos at exactly that moment. So Garland would be reborn 2,000 years in the past as Chaos, so he could send the 4 fiends forward so they could save him and send him back. And it just 2,000 years just kept going over and over and over. They don't actually say how many times it happened, how long the world's been stuck in this particular loop. But up until now, the warriors who went back in time always died. And then Garland would go forward, then 4 warriors would find the crystals, and so forth and back. And he just 2,000 years over and over and over. So you were supposed to die to Chaos, according to history. Yep, take that fate. So the other thing would be, if you didn't kill Garland, like if you went there and you talked him down, would the loop have ever happened? Or would it just continue on from that day? And then you would eventually have to go defeat the fiends, which were kind of easy, but then the loop never would have happened, so the fiends never got sent forward, so what would have happened? I mean, would it just... You just had to deal with the fiends that were sent forward that one last time, and the world would have been normal after that? So that's Final Fantasy 1. Now there's 2 other things in this game. There's some elemental dungeons, which supposedly have some really good endgame stuff and some even better than the normal things. Then there's a dungeon called the Caverns of Time, which I guess brings in stuff from other Final Fantasy games because this is the 20th anniversary edition, so they're playing everything that was available up to that point. They had brought in as like special guest fiends or something. Yeah, extra dungeons, like 5 of them. One of them has like 39 floors. So I don't think we're going to do that one this time around. But yeah, I mean, plus you have to run them multiple times to get all the stuff. It really is, extra grindy content on purpose for people who just want to just keep playing and see how powerful they can make their characters. I don't even know if there's a level limit in this version. I forget what it was in the original. I know that when I watch speedrunners, though, they generally speedrun the game in like less than 2 hours, and they have their characters like level 30 something when they're done. And they use a lot of running away, a lot of item use, and a lot of break and nuke from their black mages. So that definitely not... Yeah, I'm at probably like 15 hours, somewhere less than 20 hours, I guess, total played. Yes, please tell me the Chaos secrets now that I'm not going to fight him again. Or at least not this time around. $20,000 health, and he randomly cast Cure. So I probably had him to less than half when he cast Cure. Yeah, and then it took him up over half, and I was able to beat him down again just by going by the number of nukes I had to cast at 400 to 500 each. Or I guess flares I had to cast at 400 to 500 each. So we went through your entire mana pool twice at 748. So that's uh, 14 nukes to 28 nukes. Plus, we had a couple more. So just in nuke damage alone, we did, say, 450 times 30. So we need 12,000 points of damage just in nuke or flare. That. And he randomly casts it. Lovely. I'm so glad random worked out in my favor, because if he'd cast that again, I was just going to leave and level up and come back in like 5 levels and see if it helped. But yeah, I had used the last of my full mana recharges too, so I would have had to go farm a bunch of those somewhere. Yeah, it seems like he threw a lot of them out. It was almost like he did like he would never do the same one in a row. It was like, I'll do Quake, and then I'll randomly choose from one of the other 4. Then I'll randomly choose from the remaining 3. Then I'll, and he would just go through them all. And occasionally he'd punch somebody. So this is it. This is Final Fantasy 1 from beginning to end. What's next? I was actually thinking about that because I was thinking about going back to Dragon Quest 1, but I really liked the idea of having a bunch of characters we could name. So I was thinking maybe one of the D&D based games that has characters you can design and make and name. There's a couple old retro games that I like that lets you reincarnate and name characters. So I was thinking maybe going with something with something we can make a party out of. Because like you said, we're playing Dragon Quest. It is kind of strange to have a big RPG and not have a party of some sort. So I'm open to suggestions. I'm thinking something in the PlayStation era or something on PC maybe that is that has a party with characters. Well, back when I first started this run, I went on to a long tangent about what I liked about Final Fantasy 1, and it is really except for 14, it is really the only Final Fantasy game where you can make your own character. Everything else, every other Final Fantasy game, the characters are preset. You can change their names, but who they are, what they do, how they interact with each other is all on rails. But 1 and 14, it's your party. So I'm thinking of playing something else like that, something where we can make a party. And, once we choose a game, I might even just post a little video about how the characters are made and give it a day or 2 and see if anybody comes up with, can submit, hey, I want to be this character in this class and this type of thing. And then we'll put them in the game, Of course, that would involve having an audience. Yeah, it is definitely, it's something similar to why the voiceless protagonist is a thing. Because if the character's got a voice, it's hard to make it speak with your voice. So, Gordon Freeman doesn't talk for the most part. So it's kind of easy to put yourself, hey, I'm an MIT graduate kicking ass and killing head crabs. Because you're not drawn out of that idea that you can be Gordon. But yeah, I'm going to let this play through to the end. Because I'm recording it, and it's going to go in the playlist. I haven't beat this game since it was on the Nintendo. So I feel good about this. I definitely played it a bit defensive. I gained a lot of levels, bought a lot of stuff, made sure I had all the best gear before I would go on to the next area. And quite frankly, a lot of the dungeons were mostly trivial. Except for when I went in over my head on purpose into some of the after-game stuff. The only boss fight that it wasn't just a matter of time, was Chaos. Randomly cast cure. And it's not randomly cast cure, it's randomly cast full cure. He has 20,000 hit points. He heals himself for like 10,000. So anyway, yeah, thinking about another game. Obviously, with RetroArch, I can buy any cartridge or CD and play the ROM through RetroArch as long as I own it. That's not a big deal. Obviously, with access to Steam, anything that's not on a cartridge is pretty much accessible. What else? I don't know, we're thinking RPGs. We're thinking party creation RPGs. I'm probably going to avoid the newer things like was it Pathfinder? And the Baldur's Gate remakes. They're a bit too, I don't know, they're a bit too trying too hard for me, I guess. It's like, why would I want to make a bunch of characters of my own if the people who designed the game have already decided they're going to act certain ways and do certain things? So, all these credits are going. I do have a stupidly large Steam library. I'm not gonna lie. it's kind of dumb. Now, as far as the pixel remasters go, I do own Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're all done in the pixel remaster. I own 7, the Windows version of 7, which came out back in the day. I also own the new versions of 7 on PlayStation 5. I own 8 and 9 on the PlayStation. Obviously, I own and 10, 11, or 10 on the PlayStation 2, 11 I own on the PC, 12, 12.2, or is it 12.3? What do they call it? Well, anyway, 12 and 13, and 13.2 I own on the PlayStation 2, and then 14, of course, is on the PC. 15 I own it for Windows, and 16 hasn't come out yet. So I actually own every Final Fantasy game, including Mystic Quest, which a lot of people don't know about. The 3 Game Boy games that were originally, Secret of Mana games that they turned them into Final Fantasy games because Final Fantasy had just done so well. They just slapped a new name on those Secret of Mana games and made them Game Boy Final Fantasy games. I do appreciate being a bit more of deciding of what they do, if you only decide what they do in combat, that's not really, you're more of a coach at that point. So it is the end. Ooh, new game with your bestiary intact. Well, in case I ever do that, I do want to save. We'll make it number 5. Game clear. So, let's see here. So, do you have any suggestions? I mean, I don't know your video game repertoire there, Lily. What do you think? What kind of game do you think we should be looking at? Obviously, you could always play Elden Ring because you make your character from scratch there. But again, that's a one-person thing, not really a party thing, and it's definitely a bit more actiony, for sure. And I have played Elden Ring on the channel before. I guess a lot of people are doing it, and I'm not good enough at it to really, I guess, be of interest for the most part. There's, what else? Now, there's the Legend of Grimrock games, I guess. I want to bring that up. Have you seen Legend of Grimrock? Yeah, playing through the Final Fantasy games would be fun, but again, you can't really. I mean, we just finished one. We could do something else that's an interlude. Let me see if I can bring up Legend of Grimrock. Actually, I'll bring up Legend of Grimrock 2. Actually, no, it was kind of. I think the problem with that was it was kind of flaky with the capture. I'm trying to think. Oh no, I was going full screen. That shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, let me see if that works. So we're going to put up our. Give me a second. I lost something here. Oh wow, that was interesting. I just lost my mouse. Imagine if that had happened while I was actually trying to play the game. I would have been bent. Let me go grab a battery. I'll be right back. If I can get my mouse back. There we go. Okay. We're gonna go to the ignore the man behind the curtain screen while I find this and bring this up, and we're gonna see how well this streams. I also remember it being kind of loud. That wasn't so bad. Full screen. Let's do options. Okay, 20 blah blah. Windowed. Let's actually, if we're gonna go see here. (1920 by 1080). And so to be fair, this isn't really retro, but we're gonna work with it anyway. Source, Ledger Grimrock. There we go. There we go. Legend of Grimrock 2. This is similar to a base back in the day, way back in the day, back when dinosaurs ruled the earth and I was a smaller me. There was a game back before IBM PCs had won the PC war. There were Atari PCs, there were Commodore Amiga PCs, there were Radio Shack Tandy PCs, there were all kinds of stuff. I had an Atari ST, an Atari 520 ST, which was like the fourth generation of Atari computer, actually. And there was a game on it called Dungeon Master. Now, this game was on like all the systems. They even made I want to say even made a Super Nintendo version. And it was a really good game in that it was the quintessential dungeon crawler. It drops you in a dungeon and you go. There were similar games made based on Advanced Dungeons and Dragons material. I think Eye of the Beholder. You started out underwater deep and you go around, but basically it's real time, grid based movement. But things will still move if you don't move. But I mean, your speed limits how many squares you can move, and you can run if you're fast. You can just outrun things in real time. But the thing it really has going for it, and we'll get to this here in a second when we hit new game, is we can create characters. Now, there's also old school mode, which turns off auto mapping, Iron Man mode, which you can only save the game at certain points, single use crystals. There are like, I guess, save points in the game that are crystals that will also heal you. This sets it so you can only use those crystals once. That's, I do not need to punish myself this way. My masochism is perfectly professional. I only, take beatings at work. I don't need to take beatings at home. I'm fine doing fun hobbies. But we do want to create our characters. But Dungeon Master had a very similar character creation in that you would choose a portrait. Then you would choose, get a name. So, like in this case, let's see. Johnny was our fighter last time. Let's go with my brother's handle, Nairo. So What are our races? Our race choices: a human, which is pretty much the bog standard. Uh, you're not great at anything. You're not really great at anything, but you're not bad at anything, and you gain an experience points bonus, so you level faster. So, you know, insectoid, basically bonus toward strength and will, but penalties toward dex and vitality. But you've got that chitness armor, so you're less likely to get body damage. Lizardman, you know, big on dex, low on wisdom, resist to a lot of stuff. Minotaurs, of course, huge bonuses to strength, vitality, not so quick or smart. And ratlings, which are big, small, nimble, not as strong, but really good at dexterity evasion. Can carry more crap because they're used to carrying crap around and stuff. And immune to disease because hey, rats hang out in the dungeons and they're pretty much immune to stuff that would kill most of us if we looked at it funny. So basically, you choose your name, you choose your race, your class, lots of different stuff. Alchemists are kind of are potions and firearms. Barbarians are big about the axe. Battle mage, a little bit of swords, a little bit of spells. Farmer, this was kind of strange in that you don't really do a whole lot. It's kind of weird to see a farmer in a dungeon, but you get no skill points, basic health and energy. But instead of getting XP by killing monsters, you get XP by eating food. I have no clue what they were thinking when they made this. I kind of think it's one of those secret classes that they don't really expect anyone to take, but if you do at the end game, they're like insane. But you definitely start out at a huge penalty. Fighter is your standard fighter. Hit things, get hit by things. Knights, a bit more defensive than just your fighter, more shield intensive. Rogue, of course, stabby, stabby, stab. And wizard for casting spells. They don't differentiate between divine and non-divine spells. I guess all magic is all magic. But anyway, so you'd choose, blah blah blah, face from all the faces. There's okay. So you can import some if you don't like these. Then you choose your traits because everybody gets like 2 traits, like skilled, extra skill points, demon ancestor, extra resist fire. So basically, every race has its own traits it can choose. Then you get 2 as a human. I think as other. No, you get some of the other ones. Yeah, Lizman will get slightly different things. Yeah, and Durham. Only if it's got your name next to it, you have to have that class to get it. So, and then you choose your class. Each one of these shows, up to 5 points in each thing, and each dot you see would actually give you an extra bonus. Like firearms, you get no bonus to like the last dot, but the last dot is your firearms no longer backfire. They no longer you no longer get problem ammo or any stuff like that. And then some stuff like armor, you get a couple bonuses through it. At 2 you get something, and at 4 you get something. But the whole idea is you can customize your characters completely, right? So I'm gonna go in with the default ones just so you can see what the game looks like. So the story behind this is you were on a boat. Of course, a lot of these things always start on a boat. Huge big storm. You end up on the beach of this dungeon island, basically. I think this might show us that here. Yes, it does to some extent. So here you guys are you're basically you're prisoners, and all of a sudden things don't go as planned on the boat, and something or someone ends up aiming them at the rocks as opposed to avoiding this island. but it plays nothing like Divinity Original Sin. Divinity Original Sin is top down 3/4 kind of view. This is first person, where you're essentially have a view from where your party's standing. They stand in a row, two in the front, two in the back. The two in the front generally get hit and can melee. The backs are spells and missiles, basically. So somehow, your group in a cage survives, and you end up on this mysterious island. Now, in the original game, Legend of Grimrock 1, it's a little bit less customizable, a little bit less polished. Still a great game. Essentially, you're 4 prisoners that are dumped into the bottom. You're kicked off. This is Sparta kicked off into a dungeon, and you end up start at the bottom, and you have to find your way back to the top. And in theory, if you make your way out, you are pardoned, but nobody ever gets out. So here we are. Here's kind of how it looks. We can look around. We can right-click the mouse to look up and down manually. We're kind of stuck. We know there's a door there because we can see it. We see hinges and everything. We can pick up a stick. Just by clicking on things on the ground, we can pick up on them or interact with them. So we've got a stick. We've got a stuck door. We're going to give it to our Minotaur and let him beat on the door. So he hits the door opens. So right now, we have pretty much nothing. A human fighter named Shadow. A Minotaur named, Mulrag. A rattling alchemist named Fang. And a human wizard named Astaroth. Yeah, but it's you see how I'm turning at 90 degrees because that's pretty much how it works. 90-degree turns, strafes, forwards, backs, type of thing. That's how movement goes, and it is in real time. And you can beat up the grass. So I can walk through the grass because I beat up the grass. So yeah, as you see, like I said, it's all real time, and it is it's grid based, even though you can't really see the grid. And then you can pick up things, put in people's inventory. So basically, in Dungeon Master, you had a food and water thing. In this, it's just food. It's pretty much the same, for as far as the. So yeah, so I thought something. Oh, look, something on the ground. Oh, pants. Yeah, let's give our young lady here some pants because this is a family show. So really, we've got this. Looks like we can go more inland here. Okay, a rock. So give our rattling a rock to throw. It looks like we get to go along the beach. But yeah, I don't want to go do too much because I'd like to go through and we make people who want to have their character represented. We can make custom characters and even choose custom pictures if we want. But this is how Grimrock looks, and when you do get in the dungeons, you've got, of course, not just the walls of stone. You'll have walls and ceilings and pits, and it's also very 3-dimensional. It's the maps are connected vertically as well as horizontally. So they did a very good job of making sure that everything fit together well in the world. Oh, a club. Yeah, let's do a club, and then you. There. Yep, looks like somebody didn't quite make it through here. Uh-oh. They don't look happy. And they charge. So they charge, so we know just stay out from if we stay out from in front of them, we'll probably be okay. So here we're doing a little strafing. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Well, I'm not going to stay in this very long. Throwing rocks. I'm just going to beat up this turtle and call it a day. Or at least, call this one a day. Ow. Hey, we killed a turtle. That little crab is so happy we killed that turtle. So of course we find turtle meats because turtle meat is always so nutritious. We got this thing here. We got some ether weed. So yeah, so this is the kind of way it is, and a lot of the fighting is situational awareness, dancing around things, getting the side attacks in. I don't want to say it's realistic like that, but it is more interesting than just standing there and just trading hits face to face. There is a little bit of I gotta get out of the way, and you'll see arrows and spears and stuff being thrown, and if you're fast enough, you can dodge. So it is kind of interesting. Oh, I forgot to spell. But anyway, so yeah, so that's Legend of Grimrock. I thought it was interesting. You're right. I should change the stream settings. Not actually cancel. Oh, edit. No, that's not it either. What do I need to? I'm missing buttons. There should be a button here that lets me change the settings. Yeah, I killed the turtle, so now I can't find anything. Stream settings, stream quality, import, log. What the? Will Florin. Okay, well, I will change it. If I have to stop and restart the stream, I will change it. But in fact, let me see if I can do that. Okay, going to be right back. We're going to close the game here. Yes, I'm sure I want to quit. There is stream preview. Edit new. Normally it's like right here below the stuff. Actually, it's hard to decide. Actually, I might just go play some Dragon Quest until I can get some input on what would be good. I kind of want to play another party-based RPG, uh, like we're talking about. So there'll be discussion on that tonight. But maybe I'll just play Dragon Quest in the background, and I'll switch over to that. Yeah, I'll switch over to that shortly in a few minutes. So I can change the setting like I want to, and I can get this downloaded and posted. So I'll be back on shortly.